Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jordan if you're new here. For the first time ever on YouTube, I can say I'm a nurse practitioner. That feels so weird to say. I am a new nurse practitioner, a nurse, I'm a health coach, and a YouTuber. My last video was months ago. In these last, what would that be, 6 months-ish, I was finishing up graduate nursing school. I had my NP clinicals, Sally right here by the way. It was just kind of in survival mode and really unable to juggle doing YouTube and finishing up school and working and doing clinicals. But I am here to say I am now on the other side and so excited to start making videos for you again. Just give you guys some updates really quick before we get into how I'm healing my gut and what I eat in a day, which is going to be the main part of this video. I felt like it was only fitting that I kind of give you just a quick recap on where I've been and what my life has been like. Last 3 years, I've been a graduate entry student in family nurse practitioner program, and I just finished that. I graduated in early May. I took my family nurse practitioner board exam on May 25th, and I passed. I can't believe it. My clinicals this last semester were, I was at my university medical center's emergency department, so I was in, the fast track ER working with my preceptor. I was so nervous for that because really I want to do preventative care, primary care, wasn't really interested in acute care, but I got so much hands-on experience with physical assessment and saw a lot of things, saw like the acute version of a lot of things that I obviously want to treat in primary care. So tons of cardiovascular stuff, hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia, or high and low blood sugar, a lot of women's health issues, tons of abdominal complaints. My other site was at my university's Center for Integrative Medicine, and it was the jam. It was right up my alley, integrative center that combined, doctors, nurse practitioners, doing really comprehensive lifestyle assessments with patients. Like we got an hour with patients for the very first visit, and then we would refer them out to functional nutrition, to chiropractic, to psychology or counseling, to massage therapy, Ayurveda, meditation courses. Do a lot of lab work too that isn't offered in more traditional primary care medicine offices. Okay, so what I'm doing now, basically, it's only been a few weeks since all of that kind of happened. Jack, my husband, and I, we went away on a quick little trip to Arizona. It was nice just to do like a long weekend getaway and just celebrate everything we've been through in the past 3 years. And now I'm back and trying to establish a routine. I'm starting job hunting and obviously getting back into YouTube, still health coaching part-time. I've been getting a lot of requests just to do a video update on my diet. Obviously, a few years ago, I did a video about how my diet changed. I used to be 100% plant-based. Now I do include animal products in my diet and kind of switch things up. Just giving an update on that. I wanted to give a quick update on my hormone health and then ultimately talk about gut health. So let's dive into that. I've done some videos on this channel about, having really irregular cycles and my diagnosis of PCOS. My cycles still are pretty irregular. I go, sometimes 2 months without one. Sometimes they're like 40 days apart, so a month and a half. I'll say like my skin has been much better than it's ever been. I used to get really deep like acne, like around the chin and my cheeks, and that has been so much better. I still get some every once in a while, but they don't pop up like constantly like they used to. Things that I'm struggling with right now mainly are the irregular periods and dry skin, and I think a lot of hair loss. It's hard to tell with hair loss. Like I don't necessarily know what's normal, what's not normal, but my hair is definitely thinning and a lot comes out constantly throughout the day. So that's kind of just something I'm aware of. As far as my gut health, okay, hormone health, gut health, they're all connected. They interplay with each other. As I alluded to, just living a more high stress life and a lot of pressures, a lot of, huge events, a lot of new experiences, a lot of learning experiences. My gut has like taken a hit. Insane bloating, like just even like waking up in the morning and being bloated. It's like I didn't even get a break, like first thing in the morning, sometimes you wake up and it's like back to normal. I would wake up and it would still be like that. Also just really irregular bowel habits, like just not regular at all, sometimes predictable, sometimes not. Won't get too TMI with you. I say these things because I know I'm not the only one that struggles with them, so I think it's helpful for me to share my experience, especially if you're going through a really, stressful time. Stress, remember, is perception. It doesn't have to be that you're going through school like me. You could be going through something a lot more stressful or something not as stressful, but to you, it's really stressful, and that's what matters. I really wanted to start fresh. I really want to walk the talk, right? I talk about holistic wellness and gut health and nutrition all the time, and I feel like I need to practice those things on myself and live them myself if I'm going to be recommending them to other people. In February, I decided to do a GI map test where they map my microbiome and really take a look at all the bacteria and things going on and the health of my overall gut. It was quite an investment. It's not something that's typically covered by health insurance, but I felt like it was a good investment in my health. I didn't want to just guess about interventions that I wanted, to implement. I really wanted to have like targeted interventions and targeted issues that I could solve. I do see an integrative doctor, and she was able to order this test for me, help me interpret it, and set up a protocol for me. The things that I'm going to talk about from here on out are part of my personal protocol based on my GI map results. Results showed that I was really low in a lot of good species of bacteria. I also had markers for intestinal permeability or leaky gut. I was low in immunity, so it can kind of look at like your immune function. It seemed like my gut was kind of a good environment for ulcers forming, which is not what we want. We don't want ulcers. The test also showed that I had poor lipid absorption, or my body wasn't doing a very good job of absorbing the fats in my diet. And as we know, fats are so important for hormone health. The majority of my diet is like healthy fats in every meal. I always wondered, like, why is my skin still so dry? Like, why am I not seeing all the benefits of, what they say you're going to experience when you increase healthy fats in your diet? And it seems like I just wasn't absorbing them very well. So you can be eating a lot of great things, but if you're not absorbing them, you're not going to get the benefits of them. As far as my diet, my doctor recommended that I eat as organic as possible and avoid GMO foods because they can be supportive for bad bacteria proliferating. She wanted me to increase my roots and tubers, red polyphenols, so like red-skinned fruits and vegetables, and stone fruits. All those foods are really beneficial for helping the good bacteria to grow in my body, and the red polyphenols are really supportive for the immune system. Also recommended I drink green tea, which I am having now, and to include natural sources of probiotic foods like sauerkraut. I am focusing on getting lots of extra virgin olive oil, lots of ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. It's very, very healing for the gut lining, so I'm trying to use a lot of ghee in my cooking. What I really focus on is fiber. Fiber's huge, and protein. Right now I'm trying to get around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And I am trialing no gluten for a while. Some good evidence out there that gluten, and if you know you have intestinal permeability or leaky gut, that could be a good thing to eliminate. And I do notice I feel better when I don't have it, especially when I don't have it in large quantities. What does a typical day of eating look like for me? Well, this morning for breakfast, I had my typical protein smoothie that I've made in a lot of videos, but I have tons of different variations of it, and that's why I love it so much, because I can just make a smoothie with whatever ingredients I'm in the mood for or whatever ingredients I'm trying to like add more of. So adding frozen fruit to a smoothie is one really great way for me to add more stone fruits like my doctor wanted me to. So this morning I made a cherry chocolate smoothie. Oh, so good. Cup of unsweetened coconut milk, a little bit of water, and some ice. And I added a 1/4 cup of organic cherries, a 1/2 cup or so of some frozen spinach, because I always like to get some greens in my smoothie. Be Well by Kelly vanilla protein. I love this protein because it's just 3 simple ingredients. Grass-fed beef isolate with monk fruit and vanilla. About 1/2 tablespoon or so of some 100% cocoa powder. Fiber, I added 2 tablespoons of ground flax flaxseed, and then 2 teaspoons of this paleo fiber supplement, which is just kind of a blend of different fibers, and kind of think of them as prebiotics, right? And I added that to my smoothie. That's something I need to get every day. I've also been adding a pinch of natural salt to all my smoothies. It's really helpful for getting electrolytes. Oh, and I almost forgot the almond butter, my healthy fat. So I added 2 tablespoons of just all natural almond butter. I'll give it a really good blend, and it tastes so good. Honestly, I don't think you taste the cherries very much. It just mainly tastes like a chocolate shake. Good morning. Smoothie time. What do you think? So for lunch today, I'm having avocado toast on a high fiber bread, like this keto bread. It actually has psyllium husk in it, which is a really great fiber, and it also has a lot of protein. I had 2 pasture-raised eggs that I just fried up in about a teaspoon or so of ghee. I topped the eggs onto the avocado toast, just quick sauteed grape tomatoes, which are so sweet and so delicious, and arugula and some herbs from my garden. For dinner, I'm having turkey lettuce wraps, and they're made with ginger and carrot and radish, lots of root vegetables. That's my day of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I would say that's pretty typical, but I am trying to get a lot more variety. So every day does look a little different. Although that does make planning a little harder, I really rely on just having lots of different, fruits and vegetables in my freezer, and I find that can really help ensure that I'm getting a lot of variety, but not having to buy a ton of produce that I don't use and goes bad in my fridge. Supplements that I'm taking that paleo fiber supplement. I'm taking 2 teaspoons of that every day, and I worked my way up to that. When you first add fiber in, you want to go small. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. I'm also taking digestive enzymes with every meal. If it's a smaller meal like my breakfast or a lighter meal, I just do 1. If it's a bigger meal, I do 2, and these really help with absorbing, all the nutrients, especially the lipids or the fats from the foods that I'm eating. Taking a probiotic supplement. This is the one that specifically that my doctor recommended for me based on the strands of bacteria that I'm lacking. Adding each one of these supplements one at a time. She didn't want me to add them all at once and then my digestive system to go crazy and to not then know which supplement it was that didn't agree with me. So I'm adding them one at a time. So I'm also going to be adding a yeast supplement called Espellardi. I'm going to be adding that here soon. And then after that, I'm going to be adding a supplement that is specifically for healing the gut lining. Quickly mention some other lifestyle things that I'm trying to do just to kind of reset and wash away all the stress and get myself into a really good routine. Really trying to emphasize them now before, I get a full-time job and am off to the races with that. One of those things is alternate nostril breathing. So every night before I go to bed, I do at least 10 rounds. I would like to work up to 30, but 10 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. I'll leave a link to a video down below with how to do alternate nostril breathing. It's really good for lowering blood pressure, lowering blood sugar, decreasing stress, so, kind of getting into that parasympathetic rest and digest mode, so that we can just relax and get to sleep. Also decreased caffeine, so I have a cup of decaf in the morning, and then typically mid-morning I have a small cup of green tea, and I usually add a lot of water to the green tea, so it's really not that much caffeine, but I find that it's really calming, helps me focus. Also decreased alcohol a lot. I'm a lover of wine, and that's been something that's been a habit of mine for the past 10 years of my life, is to, relax with a glass of wine. And I've had to get really serious with myself about, is that a habit that I control fully? Now I can definitely say it is. I've decreased it a lot and swapped in some other yummy beverages that also, help me relax. I haven't cut it out completely, but that's been something that I've gotten really serious about. So doing more strength training over more intense cardio. I still really enjoy cardio. I love daily walks with my dogs. I do 20 to 30 minute spin sessions. Other than that, I'm doing mainly strength training, which is why I'm trying to increase my protein so that I can, build some muscle. I'll do a separate video on that if you guys are interested, but I really think building muscle is just the secret to really good longevity and long-term health. Topic of research that I'm super into right now. So I'm kind of trying to do an experiment on myself and increase my strength training to see how it goes. I have gone on long enough trying to figure out right now, exactly what I want the future of my YouTube channel to look like. I also am really interested in maybe doing like some more structured videos that are like lifestyle recommendations for X clinical diagnosis. So like lifestyle recommendations for high blood pressure or lifestyle recommendations for metabolic syndrome, so that, you know, they're just quick and easy, like here are the takeaways, here are the things that you should be doing if, you know, you're struggling with these health concerns. If there is a specific clinical diagnosis that you would want to see lifestyle recommendations for and complementing an alternative recommendations that are evidence-based for, please leave those requested down below in the comments too, and I will do my best to add that to my list of videos to make. If you want to follow along with me, make sure you're following me on Instagram. You can check out my newsletter. I leave the link down below in the description. This video a thumbs up if you liked it. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who watches my videos and who has stuck with me through, you know, me not posting very often. Make sure I'm answering your questions and replying to your comments because I love doing that. And I love hearing from you guys. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe because it helps support the future of this channel so I can keep making videos for you guys. I will see you soon for another one.